Hey everybody, this is Jared Albrecht, the yard sale artist here with another I Finished It made for our Crusaders Club members. I want to say thanks to all of our Crusaders Club members. We really appreciate your support. And yeah, couldn't do all this without you. So thank you, Crusaders Club members. And let's get to the latest. I finished it. I was out in the man cave. Oh, it's a VHS tape. That's right. Out in the man cave, I watched Ghostbusters 2. I was doing some prep actually for the Heroes Con that I just got back from, bagging and boarding prints and things like that. So I like to have a movie on while I'm doing that. And Ghostbusters 2 was the movie that kept me company on my 27-inch tube TV. I believe it's a Sanyo. And I think I have a symphonic stereo VCR hooked up to it. And that is how I watched Ghostbusters 2. All right. So, quick review of Ghostbusters 2. First of all, I love it. I mean, you can see over this shoulder. There we go. There's my Ghostbusters 2 little mini movie poster that DJ Cristado's got me for Christmas. Um, and I love it. I love Ghostbusters 2. I think Ghostbusters 2 is sort of an unfairly treated movie. I see a lot of people out there who adore Ghostbusters 1, and then they're like, oh, Ghostbusters 2 was a noticeable step down. And I'm like, no, no. I like Ghostbusters 2 pretty much as I like Ghostbusters 1. I mean, Ghostbusters 1, of course, was groundbreaking, and it's hard to follow up a groundbreaking movie. But I got to tell you, this right here, I laughed just as much. It has the added benefit of having Winston in it from beginning to end. If you remember Ghostbusters 1, Winston joined the team late. He became Ghostbuster about halfway through the movie. But in this one, Winston is there early. He's also my favorite Ghostbuster, which brings me to my least favorite part about this VHS tape. Not on the cover. Where's Winston? Like, I get it. You see a lot of the Ghostbusters 1 tapes will have just the three guys on it. Okay, so Winston joined the team later, but this is Ghostbusters 2. It should have all four on the box. And that bugs me because I really, really like Winston quite a bit. I'm a big Ernie Hudson fan in general. I've met him at a con. He was really super nice to me. He was super, super nice to my son. So he's always big plus up for me. I like him and everything I see him in. I think he's a great actor. And I've discovered by meeting him and spending a little time with him, he's a really nice guy. So no Winston. All right. Well, back to the movie. Again, it's very funny. I mean, the whole cast returns. Sigourney Weaver's back, Annie Potts, Rick Moranis, everybody's back. There's a new threat in the museum from a painting, and so on and so forth. You've probably seen it. But anyway, I laugh all the way through it. There's great moments. It's got cool special effects. I mean, again, I don't get the hate out there for this movie. People are always like, Ghostbusters 1 is awesome, 2 is terrible. 2 is not terrible. 2 is really good. Like I said, I think it's on par with 1. I think it's a great sequel to 1. You want to put 1 above 2 because it was the first one and it was original and it was lightning in a bottle? Absolutely. But that does not mean that Ghostbusters 2 is a bad movie. It's a very good movie. Now, my second and probably final complaint about this VHS tape, not only is it missing Winston from the cover, there's a small picture of Winston on the back cover right there. There he is, but he needs to be front and center. My other complaint about it is this is a pan and scan VHS tape. It's not widescreen until the very end and the very beginning for the credits, because the credits were filmed in such a way that you need the full width of the picture to put them. But like when the movie itself is showing, it's in full screen, which is very typical of the VHS era. But the pan and scan on it's not great. There was a couple of visual gags that you completely missed because they were cut off because of the full screen instead of having the true aspect ratio. So yeah, you miss out on like one or two visual gags or looks from the guys by watching it in the full screen. The pan and scan, there's a few moments where they do the whole pan and scan thing. It kind of helps, but it's noticeable. So really the best way to watch this in any of your Ghostbusters movies or any movie in general, in my opinion, is to watch it in its original aspect ratio. But that's enough negative talk about it. Again, it's very, very funny. A lot of jokes that stick with me. In fact, when I met Ernie Hudson at that convention, I had done a drawing of Winston or Ernie from the movie, and it's one of the rare pieces of artwork that I kept for myself because I had him sign the original piece, and I kept my original art piece that he signed on it. And he asked me, he said, what line would you like me to write? Most people like to have me write a line. And it's usually, that's a big Twinkie is probably one of his most famous ones. I actually picked a line from Ghostbusters 2, and he got a real chuckle out of it when I asked him, because there's a scene in this movie where they're down in the subways, an abandoned subway tunnel, and a ghost subway train comes, and it plows through Winston. It knocks his hat off. It makes his hair go crazy. And as soon as this insanely loud and tumultuous moment is over, of course, Egon, being the scientist, I think it was Egon, runs up to him and says, "Hey, did you get the number of that train?" And Winston says, "Sorry, I missed it." And it's a great delivery, and I die laughing every time. So that's what he signed up on my original art piece. He wrote, "Sorry, I missed it," and then he signed it. What a wonderful guy. Should have been on the box. But this movie is outstanding. Don't believe it if people are telling you, oh, 2 is no good and 1 is awesome. If you've never seen it for yourself, check out part 2. It is a great continuation of part 1. There's a lot to love in it. And oh, by the way, a little extra trivia for you before I sign off. At the very beginning of Ghostbusters 2, it's 5 years later. The Ghostbusters have fallen out of fashion. Winston and Ray are doing kids' birthday parties. They do this kid's birthday party, right? And there's a kid at the party whose name is Jason, who gives them a whole bunch of crap about, his dad says that the Ghostbusters are full of crap and all this stuff. He's a real snotty little kid. Well, that kid is Jason Reitman. He's Ivan Reitman, the director's son, and he grew up to be the director of Ghostbusters Afterlife. So it's really sort of a very cool in-joke that the real snotty kid in the movie, who's named Jason, that's his real name, completely doesn't believe in the Ghostbusters. When not only did his dad help create this world, but Jason, many years on, 30 plus years on, would continue it in a wonderful way. I love Ghostbusters Afterlife. So anyway, Ghostbusters 2, it's really good. Don't believe the haters. And, VHS is fun, but this is one I would say go ahead and find it in its original aspect widescreen ratio, which probably means the DVD or Blu-ray or Ultra 4K or whatever the latest thing is. All right, folks, that's it for the latest. I finished it. Who are you going to call? Longbox Crusade. Thanks again for being Crusaders Club members. If you're seeing this just on a regular YouTube channel and you're not a Crusaders Club member, that means the Crusaders Club saw this months ago. I believe I have a banner for that. There you go. If you're interested in joining the club to get the early access, when I say months ago, it could be like they might have seen this a year ago, maybe even a year and a half ago. So if you want some of that kind of content, plus being able to vote on our show programming and being automatically entered into some raffles that we do for our live streams, and just, follow the banner there at the bottom. Longbox Crusade. That's who we are. So patreon.com/Longbox Crusade. Thanks for checking it out. And thank you to all the Crusaders Club members. You guys make this kind of stuff happen. And I am Jared Albrecht, the yard sale artist. Some know me as Death Probe, and I'm going to act froze. How do I shut this down?